Sarah's complaining about me filming her all the time. She's doing a taste test with no face showing. We're good? Enough onion? Enough garlic? Enough cilantro?
We need more garlic.
More garlic? Alright. Sarah's staring at me really weird right now. I want you guys to know that. I don't like it. I mean, I like the guacamole, but I don't like Sarah staring at me weird. In like 5 minutes. Kayla has a play today, so I'm going up there. Who does plays on Saturdays? In high school, right? So I'm gonna go up there. This is the first thing I've had today. I haven't even had coffee. Maybe I'll have coffee. It's really sunny right now, and I'm still finishing my coffee. I've been finishing it on the drive. Look how big my bug glasses are. I promise I'm looking at you guys. But it's really sunny, so I'm trying to shield my baby browns. So I just wanted to talk really quickly while we're in the early, I can't do that with sunglasses on, while we're in the early stages of this video, that I saw your comments on the last video, and I have a podcast called If I'm Wrong. No, I'll apologize if I'm wrong. So go listen to that if you want like the long of this. But I just want to say my channel's a place where I'm always going to be myself, and I'm not going to turn on the camera and pretend to be positive if I'm having a hard time, because that's what being a human is. You have your ups and your downs, and in order to stay positive, most of the time I have to deal with the negative. I can't push it down. And yeah, I could not film it, or I could, you know, just talk about something else and make it, you know, a positive experience for everyone, but that doesn't serve me. It doesn't serve me to put on a happy face when I am not happy. And you shouldn't expect anyone to do that, and you shouldn't do it either. And for me, I'm always going to be real. So it's either you'll get real Edyn on videos, or you won't get a video at all that week. So if you would prefer me not to record because I'm having a bad day, then I won't record. Like, that's fine if that's what you want, but I don't think that's what the majority of you guys want. And I have a few minutes until my sister's play starts. I get why YouTubers go crazy. I really do, because they build their channels on being themselves, and then the more that they grow, their family, you know, I call you guys my YouTube family, they get used to seeing the majority of the time. But everyone has those times when they struggle. So when they're not in the majority, you get the comments like, I don't like this. I don't like when you act like this. And then the creator's like, they don't like me. I built this channel on being me, and now I'm getting backlash for being me, but just in a different moment. Like, I don't like this part of you. So I understand why a lot of creators close off parts of their life completely, or make bubblegum content, you know, challenges, and that stuff's amazingly fun to watch. But I know a lot of the people that make those videos, they didn't start making those videos. They started making them at a point because sometimes in the comments, all of us can have the tendency to I've said this before, judge a story on a chapter, judge a full day on 10 minutes, judge someone's complete life on 30 minutes, when it's not possible for you to know in that period of time. I look really tatted up right now because you can like see all my tattoos. And it's sad because YouTube in some ways has become more scripted. and you're losing the real people because they aren't being accepted for just being who they are. And that to me is sad. It's really sad. But you can rest assured that I'm always going to be me. And most people know that when I'm ranting, it's mostly dramatics. I'm just a dramatic person. And they know that my rants have a time and a place. A place for that rant is not work. So obviously, if I'm being all drama flailing my arms and like getting out my frustrations on YouTube, I'm not doing that at work because that's not the time or the place. So for those that were saying, oh, I can't believe you would act like this at work or say that at work, obviously I'm not acting or saying that at work. I'm just saying it here because I can, because this is my place and my time. And for people that were like, oh, that's not the way to train, anything that I said in that video was regurgitated from our training manuals. The way that we train our employees is to empower themselves, to make their own decisions, and to be confident in the decisions that they make, and to be positive, because we're front facing. We face clients all the time, and clients can tell if you're having a bad day. They can tell if you didn't get a good night's sleep, and we don't want them to be able to tell those things. You can be all those things on your personal time. And when someone's negative, it does affect an office. That's something that you need to address. It just is. And if you don't like that, don't come work for me. I wouldn't have hired this person if I didn't like them and if I didn't think that they could do a great job. It's just some attitude things that we need to work on in the professional environment. And I won't apologize for my tone because it's a YouTube video. So if that were my tone at work, absolutely I'd apologize. But I'm not at work, so I won't. Okay, I'm done ranting and raving. I want Juice Land. I want a watermelon juice. You guys just know me. I just talk a lot about everything, and I think it's important to understand the role that we play sometimes in the demise of our favorite creators, because not everyone's as strong as we think they are. So I really want a giant watermelon juice, and I might try one of their snacks because they have an all vegan menu at the moment. So I say at the moment because, sometimes companies just change their minds about being all vegan. One of those is Hampton Creek. They do have a product that has milk in it now, which is fine because I support a lot of brands that have just like 1 or 2 vegan products. But I haven't crafted my mind about exactly what I think about it yet, so I'm not going to talk about it at length. But I'm going to get my watermelon juice. Tomorrow I'm not going to be available, so I'm trying to get everything I need to get done today. And I'm wearing earrings now, y'all. How do we feel about the earrings? I'm sitting outside because it's really nice and pretty out here today. I'm sitting in the front because the backyard is stinky right now. I don't know why it smells so bad. Probably because Sarah needs to clean it. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. The neighbor has chickens. Our neighbor over there. I brought a spoon from my bra. I'm excited to try this. They made like house-made seitan. I had to smuggle a spoon in my bra. I really like sitting outside when it's nice, which there's a fine line in Texas between like nice and stupid hot. So we're in a nice point, and it might not be like this for long. I just like a change of scenery sometimes, you know? And I like to look outside. There's a cat across the street, which I'm surprised I'm not freaking out about. Ooh, that's a house-made tzatziki sauce that they made, a vegan one. Oh man, that's good. But anyways, tomorrow I'm not filming. Today's Saturday. I usually film on Sundays because we're going up to Killeen, which is like a military town right outside of Austin. That cat's so cute. That's where my grandma lives. Because it's Mother's Day. We want to see her. She did just have surgery May 2nd. And then she got rushed back to the emergency room because her belly swelled up. But that was because my grandma's naughty and she drank a beer. So the beer, like, I don't know if you guys have ever had surgery, but usually after you have surgery, sometimes you get like, it's hard to go potty because of all of the medicine in your system. So she had to, so you should not drink beer right after that because it's like a blockage. So you just get bloated, and she went to the hospital and that's what they told her. Well, she didn't tell them that she had a beer, obviously, but I feel like I'm eating the same thing. But this seitan, on point. This chair in this spot is like really underused. No one sits here. Anytime someone comes in my office, I'm usually sitting on my makeup stool and they're watching me do my makeup like creepers. And they're sitting in like my chair from my desk. No one ever sits in this chair. I don't know why. But I have my mac and cheese. I have half for tomorrow because, like I said, I'm going up with my family. And I told my mom, Mom, please make me a salad so I won't starve to death, and I think I'm going to take this for leftovers. I make this sauce a lot. So let me break down how to do it for you guys that don't want to be here for the long haul. It's plant milk. I bring the plant milk to a boil with the seasonings. I know a lot of people, or just I used to as well. I would make a roux first. So a roux is like oil and flour, and you just, you know, whisk it together until it gets this paste. You let it cook a little bit to cook the floury taste out of it, then you add liquid to it. But if you're not very careful, and if your plant milk is too cold or your broth is too cold, you get a lot of lumps. Or if you add it too quickly, you get a lot of lumps, and I got really tired of that. So unless I'm making like a dark gravy, like a mushroom gravy, what I do is I just bring the plant milk to a boil with whatever seasonings I want in it. And then in a separate little container, so what I do is, instead of making the roux and then adding in the liquid, is I make a slurry. And a slurry is basically just flour and water or plant milk, whichever you prefer, and just do it. It's a little bit more than equal parts, so a little bit more liquid than flour, and just mix it together so that all the lumps are out in a separate little container. And then once your plant milk comes to a boil, just pour in the slurry and whisk, and you get like a velvety smooth sauce, and you don't have to worry about lumps at all, and that's amazing. I do finish mine off with just like a 1/4 teaspoon of coconut oil or something. It adds You don't have to do that, but I watched Emeril Lagasse do it one time, and he said it adds like that beautiful gloss to your sauce and keeps it really smooth and doesn't make it too like sticky. So I do that at the very, very end, and then you get like a really bangin' ass mac and cheese sauce. Like, oh my gosh, this is so yummy looking. No lumps to be seen, just really creamy sauce. People ask a lot of the time like where my confidence comes from. It was broken for a few years, a couple years ago, but I've always been fearless and had that confidence about me because I had my small immediate family, not my extended. I have a really great family, and they've always supported me, and they never made me feel like fat was different or like I couldn't do anything, or they never told me I couldn't do anything because of my weight, and I was always expected to do everything that any other child would do. So to me, I wasn't like, oh, I'm fat, I shouldn't show up in a leotard. I just showed up in a leotard because that's what you wear to gymnastics. So that's all I can say from being a fat kid. Because I think I would have been a whole different person if my whole childhood was revolved around me changing. Sure, I had the one or two people in my family that would say negative things, but most of the things that I heard on a daily basis were positive, and I think it's important to reinforce your child or children with positive things rather than negative, and just instill positive habits into them. But yeah, I've been confident for almost ever. But, you know, confidence is kind of like positivity. Just because you're positive doesn't mean you can't have days where you need to rant or you're upset about things. That doesn't mean that you're not positive. It means that you're human. And the same thing with confidence. Just because you have a day where everything that you put on, you think it looks terrible, or you feel like crap about yourself and you don't really want to get out of bed, like, that doesn't mean that you're not confident or that you've ruined your confidence because you had a bad week. It just means you had a bad week, that you had a bad day. You're still confident. It's just up and down, like any relationship, you know? Every day can't be on. It's impossible to just be queen I love myself or king I love myself every single day. Let yourself be human. Stop faulting yourself for what other people may see as weakness. It's not weakness, it's just an off day, and you're allowed to have an off day. You shouldn't like shove down your feelings for that day so outwardly you're appearing to be okay. It's okay sometimes just to not be okay. It is. So that's all I have to say, because my foot is so numb and tingly. Like, so numb and tingly. I am gonna go enjoy Mother's Day with my family. Happy Mother's Day to all of you mothers to be, grandmothers, foster mothers, puppy mothers, kitty mothers, all of the mothers. And you're appreciated even if people don't tell you that often enough. And sometimes we give the ones we love the most grief. So don't take anything too personal that may seem crazy, especially if you have teenagers. Ooh, if I could take some of my teenage tantrums back, I would. But thank you for all of you do. For all that you do. You're very appreciated, and the world doesn't run without moms. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time.
Keep an open mind, keep an open heart. Practice unconditional compassion, but don't take shit from anyone. I love you endlessly, and I hope you love yourself even more.